Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be discussing one of the questions forex beginners ask themselves when they begin their journey, and that is, what is the best time frame to trade as a forex beginner or as a day trader? Now, I won't say there's a specific rule to when you're supposed to trade or the time frame that you're supposed to trade. Rather, it depends on your strategy and your emotional capacity, right? But there are two factors that must be considered before deciding what time frame you're going to trade. And that is, the first is daily routine. You have to look at your daily routine. What do you do during the day? Are you a 9 to 5 worker? Are you a business person? What takes your time during the day? It's very rare to find forex beginners that are basically just depending on forex trading and not doing anything else. Why? Because you don't really know much about forex, so it's not a good decision to just sit on your screen and just be looking at the chart. Because when you are doing that, there are high chances that you are going to be making decisions that are not logical, right? Erratic decisions. Now, when you consider these factors, because personally, for instance, personally, I'm a 9 to 5 person. I do work outside forex, right? So what I personally do is I trade the 1 hour time frame and the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame is my larger time frame that helps me to see the overall trend, right? Then the hourly time frame is where I make my decisions and go into trades. And I do that why? Because when I'm doing my 9 to 5 and I step out of my work and look at my charts, I have the time I need. I have like an hour to decide to know exactly when I'm going to enter. I also set trade or time notifications, right? If you don't know how to set notifications on your forex, especially when the candlestick pattern is emerging, you can look at the video I did on setting notifications on MT4 or MT5. So when I set this notification, it's easy for me to just come back or get prompts to come back and check if the pattern was met, and then I can enter my trade. And what this does for me basically is it allows me to do my calculation. I know the margin. I know how much I'm going to make per trade. I know how much I'm going to lose per trade. I'm not rushing into the trade. Why? Because I have enough time to make decisions. Now, but if you are a beginner and you still have other things to do and you are now trading sometimes in 5 minutes charts, you will notice that the candles are opening and closing at a faster pace or at a faster speed. Now, the problem with this is it does not give you the time to actually think clearly, right? Sometimes, as a beginner, even your strategy, it's one thing to have a strategy, it's another thing to actually follow that strategy the way it was planned, especially when the candles are moving. Sometimes you open your chart and you realize a certain pattern has already emerged. So you are entering the trade late. And most new beginners, they just fall into that trade, and before they even execute the trade, the trend has already changed because your time is just moving very fast. And this allows you, or this does not give you the time to make decisions such as how much you are going to make, how much you are going to lose, okay? Which is a very bad quality of a trader. Now, the second factor there is your emotional strength, which is self-explanatory. You have to have a strong emotional capacity to be able to ignore what is happening in the market and make the decisions that best suit your strategy. Now, if you are using the 5 minutes, some people even use the 1 minute chart, which to me it's like the worst place to trade forex because so many things are happening. You don't Before you make any decisions, your candle has already closed and opened somewhere else, right? And sometimes you have gaps, right? You can have some gaps that are just will just push you out of your trade. Do you understand? So it's recommended that even 15 minutes, it's manageable, especially if you don't have much to do during the day and you have the time to sit on your screen and wait for certain patterns to be met before your structure is now validated, right? So you can manage the 15 minutes. But personally, I wouldn't recommend it if you have something else that you are doing. 15 minutes is still too small for me or for me to recommend to you, all right? Use the hourly time frame. It's easier. It gives you the time to look at what you're going into. Okay, guys, so that's it for the video. There's nothing much that we are going to be discussing here. It's just to gain clarity and answer some questions some people have asked in the comment sections of my previous videos. There's no perfect time frame, but for a beginner, it's recommended you do the early time frame, or at least you can do the 30 minutes time frame. At least here you can think, you can and do your risk management, right, before you enter the trade. so that you know exactly what you are going into. Okay, guys, I see you in my next video. That's all for today. Stay blessed, stay winning.